What's up, YouTube? Hopefully here, I actually just did a pickup. As you can see, I got a bag full of stuff that I'll show you guys when I get home. How's it going, YouTube? Hopeful here, back at my place. I'm gonna show you guys what I picked up. I don't know if you guys could tell from the earlier video, but I'm super excited about this pickup because it was just one of those things that developed, and you know, when you get there and you ask them, you know, do you have any other game stuff? And you kind of just hit the jackpot. It's probably one of those pickups that happens once out of every 20 times. So without further ado, I'll show you guys originally what caught my eye was this game, 50 Cent Bulletproof for the original Xbox. Now, recently, within the past few months, I've been able to pick up the sequel for the 360, and I've actually been able to get more than one copy, oddly enough. But I've been on the lookout for this game, and when it first released, I wasn't really interested in playing it. But now that some time has passed, I've actually heard some decent things about both the sequel and this game. Taking it with a grain of salt that, you know, it's a licensed game for a rap artist. And sometimes licensed games like that don't end up being that great, you know, with the exception of Def Jam, Fight for New York. But yeah, as you can tell, it's complete. A disc is in. It's a little dusty, but it's in really good shape. No scratches. Games are pretty well taken care of. They are a little dusty, but the guy told me that it was his original games. He just, you know, kind of locked them away and didn't play them for a long time. And that's why he was looking at selling them. So next up we have Mortal Kombat Deception. I don't think I owned this game before. Definitely not for the Xbox. After the fourth game, I basically didn't play it too much. Actually, let me rephrase that. After the trilogy, I didn't play it too much. I think this is the fifth game, but it came with the manual, the insert, and the registration card, so really happy to add this to the collection. Let's check out the disc. Disc is in good shape. Alright, and then these next two games I picked up because I knew that the value to sell them, to offload them, would actually probably help me recoup my cost from purchasing the games. Dead or Alive Extreme 2 for the 360. It's in okay shape. Has the original registration card. The manual looks like it has water damage and then a bunch of coloring on the front, which is kind of weird. So manual is pretty torn. It's kind of hard to do this around the camera setup. But the disc is in good shape, so I'll put that down. And then we also have Playboy the Mansion for the original Xbox. Don't know a lot about the game. From the back of it, it looks like kind of The Sims. Comes with the manual. This one's in decent shape, so flip that around. So yeah, once I offload those two games, it should actually pay for most of what I spent on just those two games alone. And when I was meeting up with the seller, I knew there was going to be another game that I was interested in purchasing, and as you can see, it's an N64 game, NBA Courtside 2, featuring Kobe Bryant. And originally when I was meeting up with him, I thought it was just going to be the game and cart, or the game cart and the case. But as you can see, game's in really solid shape. The box is a little bit bent and damaged along the edges and stuff. There's a little crush damage right here, but I don't know about how it is in your guys' area, but in my area, coming across, you know, a cardboard box for original cartridge games is a pretty rare occurrence. So I was happy to get this game in the pickup, and then I was actually happy to get it complete with the insert, the instruction manual, and of course the precautions booklet. So I'll just carefully shut that. Leave this on top. Probably put that in a plastic protector. And then when I was talking to him, the seller, you know, mentioned that he had a bunch of PlayStation games as well. And he asked me if I'd be interested in seeing them, and I was like, yes, definitely. You know, I'm definitely interested if you have any other video games. You know, what else do you have? And he pulled out this holder of games, and he's like, you know, let me know which ones you're interested in. So we'll start out with some of the games. Breakout for the Atari. I wasn't sure. I think I've heard of this game before. Didn't own it, didn't play it as a kid. I actually didn't grow up with PlayStation. I was firmly cemented in Nintendo, and then once the original Xbox came out, you know, moved on to that. But my neighbors and my friends had PlayStations, so I would play PlayStation games over at their places. Bust-A-Move 99, so I do know about the Bust-A-Move series. So I wasn't sure if this is one of the ones that was expensive, but turns out it wasn't. But always happy to add to the trade collection, or just have a few games I could sell off to recoup some of the cost. Ninja Shadow of Darkness. I saw this game and I was like, you know what? Let me pick this up. I feel like it's the kind of game that would be maybe worth a little bit of money. There is a scratch break, or I guess a line break here in the case, but you can always fix that by replacing the case. Then we have, of course, Area 51. I used to play this game a lot in the arcades. I don't know if you guys remember that game where it used to kind of flash white every time there was a gunshot. Looks like the manual is a little stuck. There it goes. Just put that back in. And it came with a let's see, insert. Then we have Contra Legacy of War. Always happy to see a Contra series game. Then this game. I've actually come across the sequels to this, but I haven't seen the original for the PlayStation. So Driver. We'll take a look at the disc. And the discs are in really good shape, especially for PS1s. PS1 disc, as far as I know, they were pretty notorious about getting scratched up. Then we have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Of course, the remake / remaster for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 was just released pretty recently. This game looks a little more scratched up, but still in good condition. Oops. I'll try to fix that later. Looks like it's caught on both sides. Then we have Legend of Legaia. I think I'm saying that right. For the PlayStation 1. I was a little worried when I first opened this because I didn't know if there was supposed to be a disc on this side. But happily enough, I found the disc. And if you guys are ever wondering, on the back, it'll say right here the amount of discs that are supposed to be in the case. So happy to add this to the collection. We had a loose copy of Resident Evil 3 for PlayStation 1. No manual, no back case. This one is probably the most scratched out of all the discs. I don't know if you guys can see that okay. But it should still work. Haven't tested it yet, but will. And the final part of the pickup, the thing that really made this an epic deal. Tomba for the original PlayStation. I have heard about this game. When I saw this in the games case, I got super excited, immediately checked out the disc. As you can see, it comes with the registration card, which is awesome. We'll see if I can get this back in here. There you go. And we'll check out that disc. Oh, please don't slide off. Okay, so the disc has a few scratches. I don't know if you guys can see that. But it's in relatively really good shape, especially for how old this game is. I know there's a sequel to Tomba, or Tomba. Not sure if the second one is worth as much as this one, but yeah. So originally, when I purchased this, it was $5 each for the Xbox games and the 360 game. So this was $20. NBA Courtside 2 was $10. So this is $30 right here. And then I picked out of the games he had, there should be about 10 of them, right? So I picked these 10 out. He was originally asking $5, but I had only brought an extra $30 to the deal. So I asked him if he would take, just 30 for the 10, so $3 a piece. And he said yes. So I got this stack for 30, this stack for 30, so a total of 60. Now, if you guys know anything about this stack on this side, you'll know I definitely made my money back just on this purchase alone from this side. But like I said before, I'm going to be getting rid of some of this ones just to offset the cost. So here's the value according to price charting, which we have a little over 450. So I will be selling off some of this stuff, and I should recoup a pretty nice profit on this, and get to keep some games that I don't already own. So anyways, definitely ask, do you have any other stuff? Keep an eye out for those really, really good epic pickups. As always, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe and like button if you guys like what you're seeing. And take care.